Today I'm budgeting with our tax refund. Here is how we are planning to spend all of our money for the month of March. Hey guys, I'm Marissa and welcome back to my channel. Here we talk about family finance and how you can budget, save, and make more money for your family. So if that sounds like something interesting to you, scroll down and hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any new videos. We are a family of 4. It's myself, my husband Jacob, and our 2 sons, Peter and Jack, who are 3 and 1. We recently moved to Phoenix, Arizona, and in today's budget video, I'm going to be showing you all of the income that we brought home as well as our tax refund that we get to allocate this month. So here's how we are planning to spend our money for the month of March. So this is our budget template, and this is the template that I've been using for years now. You can actually get this on my shop. I will have a link to it down in the description box below and you can check it out there. The first thing that you see here is our income. We have Jacob's income and my income individually blocked out. My husband Jacob is a W-2 employee, and then I'm self-employed. I have my business here on YouTube and social media. And then we have other, which is where I put our tax refund. So I've blocked everything out for privacy, but our grand total take-home pay we are expecting is about $14,000 with our tax refund. So it's gonna be a big income month. We used to live in the state of Oregon, and we got a sizable tax refund from the state of Oregon because Oregon had a huge kicker check thing going on for 2023. So we got a great refund from the state of Oregon. So that is why we have that, and obviously it's not going to be applied for the next year because we're living in a different state and that won't be the case every year. So that's why we had an extra surplus. Okay, so now we're going to show you how we are planning to spend every dollar in our budget this month. So the first thing we have is our expenses. We have our tithe. We are Christians. We believe in giving, so we have that allocated, as well as African New Life, which is another organization that we support. And then we have our mortgage, which is $2,305.60. This is principal and interest on our mortgage here in Arizona. It was hard to give up our 3.25% interest rate in Oregon. And our rate here is technically 6.625, but we bought it down for a year to be 5.625. So come next January, we'll see where rates are and if we could refinance, if it would make sense. But yeah, right now our payment is $2,305. Okay, next we have is HOA. We also live in a neighborhood with an HOA, but when we bought this house with a new builder, they had some extra incentives and they paid for our first year of HOA fees, so we don't have that right now. Next we have is natural gas. I know will be $71.96. Electric will be $91.31, and trash is $30. Actually, I think trash is $20. Yeah, trash is $20. Water I have budgeted at $95.11, which is what we were told it would be. And then internet, we have $50 each month. Our phones for both myself and my husband Jacob is $100. And insurance, this is car insurance for both of our cars. We have a 2024 Kia Carnival and a 2018 Toyota Highlander, and car insurance for both of them together is right at $200. Next we have is life insurance. We have a term life insurance policy on myself and my husband Jacob, and so that together is $52.89 each month. Then we have groceries at $600. I did increase this a little bit because it used to be $500, but we kept spending closer to that $600, so I just think it's time to raise our grocery budget there. Okay, next we have is eating out. We budget $150 for eating out. A lot of our eating out these days looks like takeout or some kind of quick service type meal, and so we budget $150 for that. Then we have gas. We budget $150 for that as well. My husband does work from home remotely, so doesn't have that commute. And then I stay home with the kids and I work when they're asleep, so I don't have a commute either. So I think our gas bill is lower than a lot of other people's because of that situation for us. Next we have is fun. We budget $50 for that. And then miscellaneous, $100. You always need a miscellaneous category in your budget. We are also planning to send $1,400 each month to our Roth IRAs for 2024, and we're starting that in the month of March this month, and then we're planning to do that every month through December. So that'll equal out to be $14,000 for 2 Roth IRAs for all of 2024. For 2024, if you're under 55, the maximum contribution is $7,000 per Roth IRA. So we're planning to max out 2 Roth IRAs this year. So we're just steadily putting away $1,400 to that. So I have that allocated in expenses because that's money that's coming out of my account and being sent elsewhere. So I'm not keeping track of it myself, like in my own savings. So that's why I have that in expense. Same thing with college. We are sending $200 to our son's 529 college savings plans, $100 to each one. And same sort of thing. That money just gets taken out of my account and left somewhere else. Okay, so the grand total that we have is $6,986.87. So let me show you next our savings section, because we don't have any other debt besides our mortgage. We are, I guess, consumer debt free is what a lot of people would refer to it as. We just have a mortgage. We would love to pay that off sooner than 30 years. And so I think hopefully this year we can put some extra to our mortgage, but you'll see some other things that we are first working on funding right now. The first thing being our Roth IRAs. We want to make sure we have that like steadily contributing. We're investing there. And then whatever extra dollars we can find, we can put towards the mortgage, especially because we have a higher rate. If I still had a 3.25% rate, I would not be putting anything extra to the mortgage. Okay, so the first thing we have here is our emergency fund. We are putting money into this because, spoiler alert for February's budget, people probably don't say spoiler alert anymore, huh? That's probably like a millennial cringe thing. Okay, well, just to let you know, in February, when you watch my February budget report video, we actually pulled from our emergency fund in February to fund our Roth IRAs. You have until tax day of 2024 to contribute to your 2023 Roth IRAs. And at the end of 2023, we just didn't know where we were at with our tax situation, if we were gonna owe, if we were gonna have extra, or what that was going to look like. And we wanted to contribute to our Roth IRAs, but we didn't wanna send money there until we knew that our tax situation was taken care of. So in February, we found out what we were going to be receiving for our tax refund. We also had some extra money from our move fund when we moved from Oregon to Arizona. And so all of those things together made us feel like it was good for us to max out our 2023 Roth IRAs. We wanted to do that before the deadline. So we had a little over $9,000, I think, remaining, which was a lot to max that out. So we contributed the remainder in February, but we therefore had to borrow from our emergency fund for a little bit to be able to fund our Roth IRAs before that deadline. So I knew that we were going to be receiving our tax refund, and so I would just basically use that tax refund to help replenish the emergency fund. Our goal is to have this at $30,000, and so you can see here we're planning to put $45.54 back into the emergency fund this month, so it'll end at $28,000. So I just have like another month basically to get caught up on the emergency fund, just because I wanted to fund my Roth IRAs for last year. And I still feel good about having $28,000 in our emergency fund. Like, I don't feel like it's a dire necessity for us to cut out everything of our budget to get our emergency fund back up to $30,000. I think like $25,000 to $30,000 is a good range for us. So I don't feel any like urgency to do so. So we're just going to put money back into it to get it back up to 30, because I just borrowed from it really quickly to contribute to our Roth IRAs. Also, our emergency fund, we actually hold in a high yield savings account. That's why this is a different color. I keep this in our high yield savings account because it earns extra interest. The bank that we are using is CIT Bank. I've been using them for several months now. I think I started with them in July, and I've had a great experience. I've used a high yield savings account now for years, but I moved to CIT Bank because they have some of the highest rates around. So right now their platinum savings account earns you 5.05% on a balance that has over $5,000. Since we do have that, we decided to sign up with the platinum savings account, and that is a super high rate. So keeping your emergency fund in a high yield savings account is a great place to put it, because it helps you to earn extra interest on money that you're just letting sit there anyway. So why not let it earn you a little something extra? I will leave my affiliate link to CIT Bank down in the description box below. Again, they are who I've used for several months now. I've had a great experience with them. Also, when we sold our house in the summer, we had to hold on to our equity for a bit before we bought our new house. And so I kept all of that cash in our high yield savings account with CIT Bank. And the experience with that went really well. I was even able to do a free wire transfer from CIT Bank to pay for our down payment for our house. So it was all very seamless and easy. And if you are not using a high yield savings account right now, you need to get in on one, especially because interest rates are really high right now. So now's a great time to get started and take advantage of rates being high. The rate does vary depending on the federal funds rate. So you're not locking in a rate when you sign up for a high yield savings account, but while the interest rates are high right now, take advantage of it and earn yourself some extra interest. So that's where we have that money sitting. Next we have is other savings accounts that we are working on putting money away for. So this includes property taxes. We've set aside $300 each month, as well as property insurance, $65.06. Jacob gets $150 of personal spending. I get $75. The only reason why his is more is because he's more of a spender and I'm just not. I don't really care to have that much money to spend, so that's why. Next we have is extra giving, and we put $50 a month into that to be able to say yes to additional giving opportunities if they come up. And then we have gifts at $50 for things like baby showers or wedding or anything like that. Then we have clothing at $50 a month. This is clothing for myself and my husband. Next we have is vacation. We put more than usual to our vacation fund this month, $500, because we actually just got back from a trip to Disneyland in the month of March. So we were putting a little extra to that for this trip, and we don't have any vacations planned after this, so it should be pretty minimal, but $500 is what we set aside there. Next we have is Christmas. We aren't putting anything to Christmas right now because we are actually using our credit card rewards to be able to fund Christmas. So I think that that's going to be taken care of for this year, but we do have this as a line item. Then we have medical. We are planning to just save for our max out of pocket for our insurance plan, which comes to $533.33 each month. So I just set that aside, and we are on a high deductible health plan, and that just allows me to be able to like go to the doctor when I need to because I know that I have the money set aside. Next we have is $50 towards dues and subscriptions. These are like annual things like, our Costco membership or any other like random subscription thing that we have that comes due annually. We just save $50 a month for that to be able to pay for that when the time comes. Next we have is $75 to car maintenance to be able to do repairs for our cars, and then $200 towards house maintenance. This is a little bit lower right now because our house is under warranty, and so we have this first year like covered with the builder. So if anything happens, they will replace it. So there's not a lot of like house maintenance things that we need to do, but once this first year is up, we will increase our house maintenance line item. Next we have is $100 towards household, and this covers things like paper towels and detergent, soap, like all that kind of stuff. Then we have kids at $250. So for our two boys, this is things like diapers, toys, clothing, anything we have to buy for our kids because they're kids goes there, so $250. So all in all, we are planning to put $7,003.13 into savings. Our total out, you can see here, is $13,990. This cell down here calculates the difference, which should be zero. For a zero-based budget, you need to have every dollar assigned. And because I made that update, I need to reallocate this $10. So I'm going to put that to my emergency fund right now, which is where we are putting every extra dollar right now. So $45.64 is what will be going into our emergency fund for our plan for this month. So that is a look at our budget for the month of March. Let me know in the comments below. I know we're like halfway into March by now. Let me know how your March is going. And don't forget, you can check out this budget template with the link down below, and also check out CIT Bank and get your high yield savings account so you can start earning some interest on your savings. And with that, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye.